tatapi still ekanta unflinching bhakteshu unto the devotees. Shya, see here, Bhupa, O king, anukampitam, how sympathetic, yet for which may my asun life tejataha ending sakshat directly Krishnaha, the personality of Godhead, Darshanam, in my view, Agataha, has kindly come. Translation and purport by Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Yet, despite his being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am his unflinching servitor. Please repeat the translation. Yet, despite his being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am his unflinching servitor. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord, the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, although equal to everyone, is still more inclined to his unflinching devotees, who is completely surrendered and knows no one else as his protector and master. Having unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord as one's protector, friend, and master is a natural condition of eternal life. A living entity is so made by the will of the Almighty that he is most happy when placing himself in a condition of absolute dependence. The opposite tendency is the cause of fall down. The living entity has this tendency of falling down by dint of misidentifying himself as fully independent to lord it over the material world. The root cause of all troubles is there in false egoism. One must draw towards the Lord in all circumstances. The appearance of Lord Krishna at the deathbed of Bhishma ji is due to being an unflinching devotee of the Lord. Arjuna had some bodily relation with Krishna because the Lord happened to be his maternal cousin. But Bhishma had no such bodily relation. Therefore, the cause of attraction was due to the intimate relation of the soul. Yet because the relation of the body is very pleasing and natural, the Lord is more pleased when he is addressed as the son of Maharaj Nanda, the son of Yashoda, the lover of Radharan. This affinity by bodily relation with the Lord is another feature of reciprocating loving service with the Lord. Bhishma Deva is conscious of the sweetness of marvel of transcendental humor, and therefore he likes to address the Lord as Vijaya Sake, Partha Sake, exactly like Nandanandana or Yashodanandan. The best way to establish our relation in transcendental sweetness is to approach him through his recognized devotee. One should not try to establish the relation directly. There must be a via medium which is transparent and come to lead to the right path. Doesn't Sri Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuramilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in this verse, this explains about the special inclination of Lord Krishna towards his devotees. Tatapi ekanta bhakteshu, to those who are his unflinching devotees. Pashya bhupanu kampitam. O my dear king, Pashya, the Lord, comes to see him. Anukampitam, because he is compassionate, sympathetic. Yanme asum stajatah sakshat. And when he is coming? While I am quitting my body. Yanme asum stajatah. Sakshat Krishna Darshanam agataha. Directly Lord Krishna has personally come here to give me his audience. So how compassionate he is. So that's why it says, yet despite his being equally kind to everyone, anukampitaha, he has graciously come before me. Sakshat Krishna Darshanam agataha pashyaha. While I am ending my life, Tajatah me assumes, for I am his unflinching servitor. tatapi ekanta bhakteshu. So in the purport, Prabhupada is explaining about Lord's reciprocation with his devotees. So there are reciprocated with Bhishma based on intimate relation of the soul. Whereas his reciprocation with Arjuna is with loving devotional service, and he has bodily relationship also, maternal cousins. So Bhishma Deva also could understand that bodily relation with Krishna is also one more Lord's compassion, that he becomes fastly attracted towards the devotees, like Nandanandana, Yashodanandana, Vijaya Sakhe, Partha Sakhe. So Bhishma Deva recognizes the sweetness of transcendental humor based on bodily relationship of Arjuna and Krishna. Therefore, at times he uses the word Partha Sakhe, Vijaya Sakhe. So this explains about the compassionate nature of the Lord, how Lord is too much inclined towards his devotees. So Krishna, what is his qualification? He is mentioned here as a Supreme Lord. So how do you define Supreme Lord? How do you define Bhagavan? What Shastras glorify as Bhagavan? We know one compiled by Parashara, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya, the Lord who is full with all six supplences. There is one more, this is a shloka quoted from Vishnu Purana, which says, Utpattim cha vinasham cha bhutanam agatim gatim veti vidyam avidyam cha savachyo bhagavaniti. He says, with utpattim cha vinasham cha, through whom there is creation and destruction. Utpatti vinasham. Bhutanam agatim cha, and agatim gatim, and appearance and disappearance of living entities also. Material world is created and material world is destroyed. Appearance of living entities and destruction of the living entities. Veti vidyam avidyam cha, one who knows about knowledge, wisdom, and who knows about ignorance also. Savachyo bhagavaniti. He appears to be, that person appears to be known as Bhagavan. So this is one more definition of Bhagavan. Because he knows about the appearance and disappearance of living entities. He knows about the creation and end of the material world. He knows about knowledge and he knows about the ignorance. So when Lord understood that Bhishma Deva is quitting his body disappearance, he could understand that the time has come. So Lord appeared here. So similarly in Bhagavatam, we see many perspectives where Lord shows his compassion to somebody who is not worthy, but since he had a bodily relation with one more devotee. This we see in the episode of Kaliya. Kaliya was an offender. He is a Vaishnava Aparadi. He offended Garuda, because of which he had to run away from his place and he has to come and take shelter in Vrindavan, in that Yamuna river. But still, he continued his offences here. To whom and all he offended here again? He offended Vrajabhumi, the land of Krishna itself, by polluting the entire area. He offended cows. He offended cowherd boys by poisoning the water. He offended all the Vrajavasis by his fear. He was installing fear in all the Vrajavasis. So he became an permanent offender to Vrajavasis. So Lord became very much angry. He wanted to punish him sufficiently. Most of the demons Krishna had killed, but he had not killed Kaliya, because his wives are pure devotees. Because they had a bodily relationship with him, so his life was spared. So when after the fight was Kaliya was subdued, he lost all his energy. He was almost about to lose his life. Then the wives will come forward to Lord Krishna. They prayed to him. They satisfied him by his prayers. So Lord became compassionate upon them. So if you see the prayers, what they had offered, couple of prayers, it explains about the nature of Lord Krishna's compassion and fortune of Kaliya. They say, Tapas sutaptam kim anena purvam nirasta manena cha manadena dharmo atava sarva jananu kampaya yato bhavam stushyati sarva jiva. Anukampaya, the same word is used here, the Lord's compassion. It says, Kim anena tapa sutaptam purvam. Did her husband perform austerities in his previous life? Nirasta manena cha, with his mind free of pride. Manadena, by giving all respect to others. Is he that glorified person? Her husband Kaliya. Is that why you are pleased with him? Or did he in some previous existence carefully execute religious duties with compassion for all living entities? Dharmo atava sarvajana anukampaya. And that is why you, the life of all living entities, sarva jivaha, are now satisfied with him. Yato bhavam stushyati. See, not killing Kaliya because he has offended his dear devotees is the biggest compassion of Lord Krishna. So they were wondering what punya he has done in his past life, that by your touch you have purified him. Has he any religious credit? Has he any pious activity? Did he serve any devotees or anything? What punya he has? And further they say, Kasyanubhavo asya deva vidmahe tavangri renu sparshadikaraha yad vanchaya shrir lalanacharat tapo vihaya kaman suchiram drutavrataha. They are saying this Kaliya is much more fortunate than Lakshmi Devi. In what way? They are saying, oh Deva, oh my dear Lord, na vidmahe, we do not know. Kasya anubhavaha asya adhikaraha. How the serpent Kaliya got such an opportunity. Tavangri renu sparshaha, but that he is touched by your lotus feet, the dust of your lotus feet. But because Krishna was dancing on the body of Kaliya, he got the greatest opportunity of attaining the lotus feet of the dust of the Lord. What punya he has done? Because yad vanchaya acharat tapaha shri lalana. Desiring the same, the dust of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, Lakshmi Devi has been engaging in tapasya for such a long time. Suchiram acharat tapaha. She has been engaged in severe tapasya. For how long? Suchiram, for a long time. Vihaya kaman, giving up all other desires. Drutavrataha, accepting severe austerities. But she could not attain that favor. What Kaliya got. Because Lakshmi Devi could not enter into Vrindavan. But Kaliya, he got the opportunity of dust of the lotus feet. And Lakshmi Devi has been doing tapasya from time immemorial to enter into Vrindavana, to have mercy of Lord Krishna. She could not get access or entrance into Vrindavana. So he is saying, our husband, we do not know how the serpent Kaliya got such an opportunity. He is more fortunate than Lakshmi Devi. Then they say, na naka prishtam na cha sarvabhaumam, na parameshyam na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhir apunarbhavam va vanchati yat paja rajah prapannaha. So, vanchati yat pada rajah prapannaha, those who have attained the dust of your lotus feet, na vanchanti, they do not hanker for anything, like na naka prishtam, the kingship of heaven, na cha sarvabhaumam, nor the sovereignty of this earth, na parameshyam, nor the abode of Lord Brahma or the position of Lord Brahma, na rasadhipatyam, nor leadership or rulership over the lower planetary systems, na yoga siddhir apurbanamva, na even the mystic powers or even liberation. Because once you get the highest thing, you don't aspire for anything lower. Because compared to the dust of the lotus feet or the mercy of the lotus feet of the Lord, all the other things in this material world are insignificant. Compared to Brahma's position, compared to king of the earth, entire universe of the earth, or ruling from Brahma's planet, or heavenly planets, or the lower planetary systems, or Ashtasiddhis, or even liberation, impersonal liberation, they are all insignificant compared to the lotus feet or the mercy of the lotus feet of the Lord. And devotees who are got that mercy of lotus feet, they do not hanker for any of these insignificant material temporary things. And they finally say, avyakruta viharaya sarva vyakruta siddhaye Rishikesha namastestu munaye maunashiline. They are saying, oh my dear Rishikesha, namostute, let us offer our respectful obeisances unto your lotus feet. You are the master of the senses, Rishikesha. Avyakruta viharaya, whose pastimes are inconceivably glorious. And sarva vyakruta siddhaye, your existence can be inferred from the necessity for a creator and revealer of all cosmic manifestation. Munaye mauna shiline, but because your devotees can understand you in this way, non-devotees remain silent, absorbed in self-satisfaction. They can, the Lord's position can be understood only by devotional service and only by devotees. And nobody else can understand the position of the Lord. In many places in Bhagavad Gita, Lord clearly said, 11th chapter, 54th shloka, where it says, Bhaktya tu ananyaya sakya aham evam vido arjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantam. Bhaktya tu ananyaya sakya, only by unalloyed pure devotional service. Aham evam vido arjuna, you can understand me as I am. Jnatum, to know. Drashtum, to see. Tatvena, in truth. Praveshtum cha parantapa, you can enter into my mysteries. So only by pure devotional service one can understand the Lord and one can enter into the pastimes of the Lord. So even to get connected with the Lord we require pure devotional service. To know in truth, tatvena. Getting in touch with the Lord in the sense means through proper disciplic succession. In truth, tatvena. And second, in the 18th chapter also, 18.55, Krishna again glorifies this pure devotee perspective. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yashasmi tatvatah. Only by bhakti, bhaktya mam abhijanati. You can know me only by devotional service, pure devotional service. Yavan yashasmi tatvatah. In truth, tatvatah again. Tato mam tatvato jnatva. And once you have understood me in truth, vashate tad anantaram. Once you quit this body, you will come back to me. So the whole perspective is only devotees can understand in truth, in reality about the Lord. And anybody other than devotees can have no access to that Lord's personal details. Superficially they may try to say something they know about the Lord, but actually they do not know about any personal details of the Lord. So there was one more circumstances in one devotee's life. So this is an experience narrated by one devotee. She is a lady. She used to work in hospice. You know what is hospice? A hospital where people who are about to quit their life are taken care. The elderly people, they are taken care so that the last moment they are comfortably taken care, sometimes like that. So she is a lady, she used to work in a hospice. Since she has become a devotee and she is practicing Krishna consciousness, she thought, let me wear my tilak and go to hospital. Because many other people, they follow their own religious paths, they advertise what religion they follow. Some people wear cross, some people wear some star, something and all their philosophies. Why can't I wear? When I have become a devotee, let me wear my tilak. This is an opportunity for people to recognize who I am. And this is an opportunity for people to inquire about me, about my practice, and an opportunity for me to preach. So she has taken in a positive perspective. So this is a small hospice area. This is somewhere in one part of the US. They have only 10 beds there. So because it's only a small thing, they are able to personally take care of all the patients. And most of them are in their last stages. So she has to go, get them, take a bath, do personal menial services, support them because their body doesn't support them. Somebody is required assistance. So these people are also very simple. So she used to go and every day, because it has become a like a personal homely affair. So she used to go very nicely take care of them. So 1 week before, one lady has come, a soft, gentle lady. She was in her last stages. So she was very mild, very calm, compassionate, and all. So this nurse was taking care of her. So when she saw the tilak, she started becoming more and more soft and more and more connected to that lady. So after a couple of days of service to her, she was in the last minutes. The family was informed that your mother in the last moments, please come. The family came. So she had her daughter, her grandsons, grandchildren, and all were there. They are all seeing there. So when they are all in the last moment, one of the grandchild came outside of the that ICU room or something, and she saw the nurse. And when she saw the tilak, he started identifying her. Are you from Hare Krishna? Then she said, yes, I am from Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda Ki. And she said, if you are from Hare Krishna, you should have known our uncle Jayananda. They said, yes, there is the one Jayananda, we know, we have been hearing him, we have seen him in that Prabhupada Rathayatra. So he will be there in every chariot on the Rathayatra, Jayananda Prabhu. So we know him, all these things and all. She said, yes. Then he started narrating about Jayananda Prabhu, that how their family had an experience, how as a small boy, he was there with his uncle playing around, how his uncle was cooking food, offering food to the Lord, and how he was distributing prasadam in his house. Every family member, he also went inside very enthusiastically, informed his mother that devotee was taking care of our grandmother and all. They all came outside. They were all sharing their experiences of Jayananda Prabhu with her. And she was hearing so many melodious pastimes of Jayananda Prabhu's personal qualities, what she had heard earlier, to more personally by her own family members. While narrating, after her experiences, after some time, that lady, the daughter, she was saying, see, we were knowing that our mother is in the last stage. I was praying to my brother that she should get a good opportunity. She should get something to be taken care. Please take care of her. So now we understood how my brother reciprocated by sending a devotee to her. And while she used to take care of for them, this lady, this nurse, she used to chant holy name. She used to read books for them. And she used to give an opportunity of devotional service association. So she was saying, we were very thankful. I was thinking how my brother will reciprocate. But now I am very happy that she got the association of devotees at the last moment. Then within few moments, they all went inside. The lady passed away. They all asked her to come out, to come and check. The nurse came, they checked up. Her face was so brilliant, so glowing, and they could experience that she had had a very peaceful death, comfortable, that she could understand that devotees, they were chanting the holy name, and that lady was chanting the holy name, all these perspectives. See how Lord's compassion. Because she was related to a devotee, Lord sent one more devotee there to give her association, even though they are not devotees of much, but the opportunity to get the association at the last moment in the form of holy name. Vaishnava Seva. So this is what the compassion of the Lord. But one thing we have to be very alert in our practice of devotional service is, whatever qualities we may have, we should never become proud. Pride precedes fall. So this is one more story in the perspective of Kalidasa. He is one of the greatest poet of his time. He wrote many Sanskrit books and all, poems and all. So one day, while he was traveling, he lost his way in the forest. So he became very thirsty, and he was looking for somewhere to take shelter, to drink some water, to eat something. So he saw one old hut. There was an old lady, or there was well also. So he went to that hut, and he had requested that old lady to give me some water, drinking water. She agreed on one condition, I will give you water, but you should introduce yourself properly. So Kalidasa was knowledgeable because of a scholar of his time. So he thought this lady is not too important. She is an old lady. She need not know more about her. So according to him, she is a worthless. Some forest lady, what she will know about my. So if I informed my actual position and all. So she said, then as per the condition, he went ahead and he told her, I am just a traveler. The old lady instantly disagreed. No, I only know of two travelers. One is the sun, one is the moon, who continuously keep traveling. Nobody else is a traveler. Now Kalidasa became stunned by a question. See, he thought this lady is not ordinary lady. So then he thought, but his thirst was pushing him. Then he said, I am a guest here. Please treat me as a guest, Atidhi. She said, I only know of two Atidhis who come and who go away. One is youth, the other one is wealth. They come uninformed, they go away even after repeated requests also. So you are not both of them, you are neither money nor you are young. Then he became even more surprised. But his ego was being hurt somewhere, so that somebody is challenging him. It's like wit, war of wits. Then he said, you are not a... he said that he is the most tolerant person. Then she said, no, I don't think so. I only know of two things which are very tolerant. One is Mother Earth and one is tree. How much you kick Mother Earth, she will not kick us back. And how much you hurt a tree, she will never give back to us. She only gives fruits to us. Even if you throw stones, she will only give fruits to us. So these two are the most tolerant things. You are neither tree nor Mother Earth. So his adrenaline is going high, high, high. Then he said, no, I am a stubborn man. For this the lady disagreed, that there are only two stubborn personalities. One is the nails and the hair. How much you cut, they keep growing. Then he was very furious. Then he called himself, I am the biggest fool. For which she smiled. I only know of two fools. One is a king who rules without any capacity or knowledge. And the second one is a minister who artificially glorifies that king even though he has no qualities. They are only the two worst fools. Now she said, which fool are you? Are you the king or the minister? Then finally he could understand that he has been outwitted by her. He fell down at her feet and he begged forgiveness from her, being an ignorant man in his position, thinking himself very big man. He knows all the things, he is knowledgeable of everything. Then finally she revealed herself that she is Mother Saraswati. She said, see, knowledge, when it comes to pride, it becomes ignorance. So you have knowledge, but only thing is, because of your ahankara that I know everything, that you were trying to demean others. So where there is humbleness, where there is knowledge, all these things will enhance your personality. So for a devotee mode, what we should understand, the Bhishma Deva is the greatest personality, greatest warrior. He is so knowledgeable, but Lord wanted to give him the credit. Lord wanted to explain, Yudhishthira Maharaj, Lord explained, but he wanted to take that knowledge through Bhishma Deva. That's why this entire scenario has been brought about. In that way that Bhishma Deva's glories will be brought down. So he stayed very humble. Even though he is the eldest of all, when he was on the bed of the death on the arrows, everyone, whoever came there, he respectfully received them by words. So how humility he maintained till the last moment of the life. So we should never aspire to show off. The moment we try to do that, we fall down from our spiritual perspectives. So this is what we understand from Bhishma Deva. So, any questions? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद।
శ్రీకృష్ణుణ్ణి చేరుకోవడానికి, కృష్ణ భక్తిని అందరికీ అందించటానికి బృందావనం వైపు